Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Here we are. Can you believe it? Oh, just over 24 hours until the Sky Bet Championship kicks off. It is obviously Huddersfield Town versus Burnley at the John Smith's 8 o'clock kickoff. You can't beat a match under the lights. I don't know if anybody else agrees, but it is one of those. But yeah, it has been weeks in the making, and we are nearly here. And it is going to be an absolute cracking game as well, I believe, to kick off this season between two sides that I really do think that are going to be way up there, you know, in the league this time. I do. I've actually put these two sides to be top two, so you know it is one of those. So yeah, we have got a very special guest who has been on before, and I've been on his channel. We're just having a great time, you know, collabing with each other a lot lately, and yeah, it's been great. But yeah. I'm going to welcome onto the channel Dan, who is obviously a good friend of mine now, actually, and it's a pleasure to kind of get to know him over the last few months, yeah. But yeah, welcome onto the channel, and hello, welcome, how are you?
I'm good. I'm glad to be sat down and literally just being able to talk football. I mean, I suppose I've spoken football all day, but I've had to change my T-shirt. I did have a Burnley top on. So sorry, I have got the Burnley hat. I am representing. It's just, yeah, it's been a big, long, sweaty day, and I've been running around like a blue horsefly. So yeah, thank you for having me more than anything. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Friday's just around the corner now.
I know, no problem. And like I say, it's a pleasure getting you on again. So thank you for taking your time, for sure. I have put your link in the description, obviously. But yeah, if you want to kind of plug your channel and where people can find you on your social media as well. But yeah, feel free to do that.
Yeah, no, thank you for obviously having me on. And yeah, if you want to check out obviously Burnley content, but just general football content as well, not just Burnley stuff. We will be doing covering a lot more of the football in general. So please do support us at Turfmoor House TV. And yeah, we will obviously welcome you in the chat and speak to every single one of you. As I say, we'll be covering the women's final as well on Sunday. But if we lose, it's Ryan's fault. I've already told him.
Yeah, I know. Blame you if we lose. But I just want to say hello to people in the chat. Hello, Kate. I hope you're well. Big up to both. Thank you, Matthew. I hope you're well. We always know he's going to be in the chat. He's always there support. Yeah, John's in the chat as well. We've got a lineup already that's going, but we are just going to get into the lineups. We're going to cover that comment at the very end, Tom. I'll come back to that, but obviously, so that is interesting to kind of see. I mean, it's certainly interesting from our point of view is that obviously the press conference there from Danny Schofield. Obviously, we're going to be missing Pearson tomorrow, so yeah, my lineup is already gone out the window. So yeah, and then obviously Boyle, by the way, Boyle cannot play either because he's suspended because he had a red card the last time he played competitively for Cheltenham. So
wow,
be interesting to see who comes in for us in that position. I mean, we could potentially put Nakayama in centre back because he can play there, or we can drop Hogg back into centre back if we want. Or we can put obviously Edmonds Green in, who obviously had a brilliant season last season at Rotherham. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. But yeah, so yeah, I want to get your take. Obviously, I'm sorry to have to bring this up. Obviously, last season, obviously, I mean, just talk us through last season. Obviously, you know, it was a very, very difficult, you know, season for you. But in all fairness, though, you showed that grit and determination. Actually took it to the final day. Unfortunately, couldn't get over the line, but he was very, very close to actually pulling it off, actually, which full credit to you there. And on top of that, obviously, losing Sean Dyche as well. I mean, I don't know where you want to start here with this, but kind of thoughts on last season, obviously, and yeah, we'll go with that first. I don't want to bombard you too much first.
it's all right. Yeah, last season was difficult to watch. Because I actually thought, you know, after the season with COVID and stuff, I thought the fact that when we go back, you know, fans in the stadium, bums on seats, you know, especially when you're a club like Burnley or Huddersfield, having the fans behind you, being that 12th man, 12th woman, you can, you know, you feel like the team need that sometimes. And for me, we got it all wrong. We nosedived, we resurfaced, took a breath, had a good result, went back down again. It was it was such an up and down season. I can't really explain it. We've always started the season poorly, to be honest. We've always been very poor when we've started. But as you said there, we got towards the end of the season. We managed to take it to the final day. And I don't think that would have happened if we'd have kept Dash. As much as I think Sean Dash should have stayed on until the end of the season to get like a bit like how Stan Turner got in the 90s. He got to see a season out and then he got a lap of honour and everyone said goodbye. We didn't really get to say goodbye to him. So it was strange timing because obviously we beat Everton and we thought, right, brill, beat Norwich and that's it. We're pretty much up. And then I think the players' mentality going into that Norwich game was, oh, well, this should take care of itself. Norwich are poor. And if anything, it was the opposite. We were poor. Norwich turned up, turned us over 2-0. And, luckily after that, Dash went and we took it down to the final day. And yeah, it still makes me well up a little bit thinking about it. Of all teams to go down to Leeds. So yeah, we're a bit of a sucker punch, but you've got to take the hard knocks in football. You grow, you develop, and it's like Alan Pace has come out and said, if we'd have stayed up, we'd have probably kept a bulk of those players that we still have that we had, which it would have been a longer term plan, with the new younger players coming through, because you've got to try and break them in easy. But since we've gone down, it's almost like if you look at the positives of relegation, we've been able to get more young players in that will potentially get full game time, and hopefully, stand us in good stead this season. We're going to be unknown to a lot of people. As I say, last season, half of our squad from last season's gone. We've just lost Dwight McNeil tonight. He's officially an Everton player now. So it's just a case of waiting for Cornet to probably see the exit door, and then, that's it. I think we've only probably got Ashley Barnes and Jay Rodriguez still.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one kind of final point on Dash, though. I mean, what do you feel was the overall feeling about that decision from the club? I mean, and how was you feeling it after that? Because obviously he has been a fantastic servant for you, and obviously he's not just been a manager that's been your manager for a few years. He's actually kept on and become part of the real part of the family at Burnley, didn't he? And he's still probably you'll see him a few times this season, obviously watching him as well. But I mean, the timing of the decision was strange as well, wasn't it? Because you're saying that you think that you would have stayed up if Dyche would have stayed?
No, I don't think we'd have stayed up if Dash would have stayed. I don't even think we'd have took it down to the final day if Dash would have stayed either. I just think after the years of service he's given to us, the least he deserved was to see the season out. Yeah. Which it's easier to say now that you're relegated, because you could think, right, if we'd have kept him, we'd have probably stayed down anyway. But well, just in case he stumbles across this podcast, let's just say, to Sean Darcy, the greatest manager for Burnley Football Club in my time as a fan. Give us some, really good moments. Took us to a European tournament. Took us to as high as 7th in the Premier League. Something I never thought I'd see Burnley even in the Premier League, let alone up in 7th place. So you've got to commend him for the job he did. But the timing was off for me. The timing I didn't understand. Yeah. As I say, you go and beat Everton, you lose to Norwich, sack him the day after that. Don't wait till the Friday after when he's planning and pressing ahead to sort us out for the next game, and you're just like, I'm sorry, Sean, we're taking you in a new event, we're taking a new direction. I don't get it. I mean, it was only 3-4 months prior to that we offered him he signed a new 4-year contract. We were rock bottom of the league. Yeah. Even after the loss to Norwich, we were still only 2 points away from safety. So you're thinking, whoa, like this is a very ballsy move, Alan Pace. You're going to pee a lot of the fan base off, but there's also going to be a section of the fan base that's like, yeah, it's been coming. It's like I said to a lot of people, Arsene Wenger had success at Arsenal and eventually it went stale. And I think that was the same with Dash. Doesn't mean that he's, overstayed his welcome, but it's just that the success had ran out and players were no longer playing for him anymore. And we needed to obviously take a new adventure. And that's why we're on a new path right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I know it's hard to kind of find positive news last season, but was there any kind of particular players that you think kind of maybe a few of your youngsters or something that really developed and kind of who impressed you the most? Or what I'm trying to say is obviously last season in terms of maybe the players that you didn't expect to maybe to impress, kind of thing. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, Nathan Collins was somebody that I thought was absolutely phenomenal. You know what? We lost Tarkowski and we lost Ben Mee, but losing Nathan Collins this window was probably the biggest mistake we could have done. He's still only young, still has bags of potential, and I think we only saw him for 19 games, but when he stepped in when Ben Mee was injured, he was phenomenal, great. Didn't look out of place at all. So that one hurt. Matt Lawton. I know it sounds silly when you said about youngsters, but Matt Lawton's now coming up 33, and we all thought he's, since when we saw Jeff Hendrick a few years back, that Matt Lawton would be the scapegoat. Everyone would be like, "Oh, bloody hell, it's you that's made a mess up for this." And no, he came on leaps and bounds even in his 30s. He were great. As I say, we saw McNeil today. He was one that didn't impress me last season. He looked lazy. Looked like he couldn't give two hoots, to be honest, at most times. He'd lose the ball, and it'll be almost like you're playing football with your mates. Like you get a bit annoyed and you'd stand there. You won't go chasing the second ball. You're a professional footballer. You hunt down that second ball. You never say never. You will do everything to die for the cause, but he didn't. And that's why I've said to Everton, you're going to get a player who will show up for 2 games and you'll think, brilliant. And then the other 15, you're like, okay, so where's that McNeil from the other 2 games gone? So, that's the only problem. That's why we went down, because too many players were sort of, they just weren't in form. And if all your players aren't in form on the same day, it bites you well and truly on the backside.
It definitely does. It definitely does. Yeah, thank you for that, Matt. Yeah, please, like I said, if you do like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to both channels as well. Obviously, Dan does amazing stuff on his channel. I love watching him. He's a great laugh, and yeah, I love being a part of his channel as well. So yeah, please subscribe to both of us. We would appreciate it very, very much. So thank you for that. Tough start. Yeah, I think it's a tough start for both. Yeah, I think that obviously talking about unknown. I think that from our perspective, a lot of teams won't know how we're going to be playing this season. Obviously, with the new manager as well. So that comes with a bit of maybe slight advantage. Mind you, as the season goes on, people see how we play. But initially, it might do as well. I mean, yeah, you talked about the new era. Obviously, Vincent Kompany coming in as manager. I mean, this impressed me actually, because I thought, wow, to get somebody like Vincent, and obviously someone that's had a fantastic playing career. Obviously, he was part of the Belgium backroom staff, wasn't he, when you got him, I believe. And I think that this is a real kind of statement of intent really from yourselves, because I think he's an exciting appointment. I mean, when you kind of first heard about this, how did you feel about this appointment kind of thing, and what was your overriding kind of emotion?
I think obviously when Dash left, there was a lot of talk about different managers, different people coming through the door. And for me, I'll hold my hand up now. People were saying Kompany, people were saying Rooney. Looking at it, I'd have probably took Rooney over Kompany at the time when I was thinking about it, because obviously Rooney's had his, he played at Derby, sort of knew what the Championship was about from a playing perspective, but also managed Derby as well. So I was thinking, okay, and he didn't do bad to say they was under an embargo. They were close to close to safety in it towards the end. They took it right to the death. So I thought he obviously knows what he's doing. So I'd have preferred Rooney, but obviously another reason why I said that is because when we got relegated, I thought Company's not even going to want to be interested in this job. I thought he was probably hoping and praying that I'll take the Burnley job if you stay up. If you don't, you can look elsewhere. So yeah, obviously the fact that we got relegated and it was still announced that we signed Company, I was like, oh, like you just, I was shocked. I was sort of like, wow, this guy's going to have pulling power. He's going to have links to Manchester City. You know, he's going to know of players from all around the globe. You know, where we've always been known as Brexit FC. We've never had a player that's pretty much not foreign. And now most of our teams are foreign descent. We signed a Brazilian right back. We've got our first Brazilian in the squad. What's all that about? It's so much change at once. But as a young fan, and I still class 30 as young, I'm going to say that it's very exciting. It is very exciting. And as you say, we just as yourself are going to be unknown, because if you were to look at us last season, you'd have gone, okay, there's the squad there, etc., and things like that. But you wouldn't have looked at the squad now. We've made about 9 signings to be exact. We've made 9 signings, so we're pretty much nearly at a full 11 of signings that we've made.
Yeah.
It's been an absolute head turner, and just one I'm just going to enjoy the ride. I'm not going to worry so much about the results. I say that come Friday, I'll be effing and jeffing, shouting, screaming. But I just want us to have a good campaign. And as I say, we're both unknown quantities going into Friday.
Absolutely. Kate said, I don't think you can say what would happen if Dash had stayed. I think he should have been given the opportunity to see the season out and made it. Yeah, like you, that's what you said, Dan. Yeah, I agree with that. He deserved that respect though as well, by the way. He deserved to have that opportunity to do so. Hoping for an exciting start of the Champions season. Yeah, Matt. Yeah, we are. I think it'll be a very good game tomorrow night. I really do. Hello, Mac. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. We got there. We got to 100 subs, and it was fantastic moments. So yeah, thank you for that supportive message there. Hello, Nippon. Hello, how are you? I hope you're well. Big up yourself as well, mate. Thank you for coming in.
Nippon.
I think Jack Radoni will need time to adapt to the Championship. Well, yeah, I think that we have to be patient with our players, with players that especially have stepped up to this league. But I think Radoni will settle in very quickly. I think we'll see. Give him a few games potentially. We might be able to see some of his. But I think
it's not just that though. Look at the rise of Sober Thomas from Boreham Wood.
Yeah.
Nobody expected that. So to be honest, I know where you're coming from, Tom. I think Jack Radoni will hit the ground running.
Yeah, I do. I think that sometimes these players that do get taken from other clubs lower down the leagues, they actually should be at the higher level anyway. So actually isn't that much of a bigger jump for them, because that's where their kind of talent is at that point when they play.
The talent's there. The only thing that will bug him more is probably that fatigue, and because of the pace of the game and how much more quality you've got to be more aware. But yeah, I think he'll cope, and I think he'll manage. I think he could be one of your key players next season.
Yeah, he really, like I said on your channel yesterday, he really excites me, this player, Radoni. I think he's going to be a star in this team this season. I really do believe that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do for us. Congratulations on the 100. Thank you, Nippon. I really appreciate that. It feels like a potential battle of giants. If Huddersfield replicate last season, this could be a cracker. British chap. Hello, by the way, British chap. I really appreciate you coming in. Yeah, good point. Like I say, I have actually put these two to be top 2. So, it should be. I'm looking forward to it tomorrow. 100, yeah, 100. Yeah. I don't think you're on the bench tomorrow night. I think I put Radoni to start. So I'm not sure why you're not starting a player that has the talent to go straight in. But anyway, opinion. I mean, I want to talk about obviously the outgoings first of all at York, because like I said earlier, there's been a lot, and that's what usually happens.
Too many to mention. Pull me off the stage now. Too many to mention.
I mean, I'm going to mention a few names that I feel like I should be mentioning, and then obviously anyone else you want to mention you can. But I mean, yeah, it's been a big overhaul, like you say. It usually is when you get relegated. Now we've got to start with the goalkeeper, Nick Pope, who, yeah, I think that he was very impressive last season. I think he was a top quality keeper, and I think that had he not helped you out on a number of occasions, you may have maybe not taken it to the last day. I think he was that crucial to you, in my opinion.
Yeah,
he transferred to Newcastle. He got about around £10 million. I mean, what I'm presuming, kind of at the back, well, obviously when he got he was kind of thinking you'd probably lose him anyway. But I mean, what was your kind of thoughts about this one when he did actually leave? I think it would have been a lot of disappointment, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Pope leaving, we knew what he was about. He's a top quality goalkeeper. He absolutely, deserves another crack at the Premier League. I hope that he goes on to become England's number one over Jordan Dinosaur Arms, to be honest. So, I hope he goes on and enjoys the rest of his career. What of that will be, but for me, the bugbear with the Pope selling is the price tag.
Yeah.
You're looking at a keeper there that's easily 30-40 million. And, I mean, I'm not even saying that with claret tinted glasses. I'm saying that just in general. This is a guy who, if he wasn't injured, if he didn't get injured prior to the Euros, probably would have been England's keeper in that tournament. So, he blew his chance at that point. And, yeah, as I say, I can sit here until I'm blue in the face and say we should be given more money, but I suppose we got 20 million for free off Newcastle when they took Chris Wood off us. So I can't grumble. It technically makes it to about 30, so I'll be happy with that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was a similar situation with us, though, obviously taking below the odds for likes of O'Brien and Toffolo, in my opinion. But, well, definitely Lewis O'Brien was worth more than what was talked about. So it's one of those, something sometimes it happens. I mean, you lost a lot of defenders, didn't you? Obviously in the summer. I mean, yeah, obviously Nathan Collins you talked about. I mean, James Tarkowski, I can't say his name, Tarkowski. There we are.
It's easier to say your channel at. It's easier to say your channel at, Ryan, than it is Tarkowski.
But I mean, and then obviously Ben Mee as well. I've got it. I mean, how comfortable? Obviously, with losing these players. I mean, kind of talk about kind of incomes in a minute, but to lose these kind of players is very, very difficult. To lose the amount you lost in that defensive line as well. I mean, I suppose you could say that, defensively last season you were very poor as well, but there's still players that helped you along the way. So yeah, I mean, your thoughts on losing so many players in one area, that is really difficult, isn't it, to take, I think, I'd say.
Very, very, very difficult. When you've been a team that's based on sort of a defensive capacity, and you've had the likes of Ben Mee, hope you're well, Mark. When you've had the likes of Ben Mee, James Tarkowski, and Nick Pope in that sort of central triangle itself, all leaving one window, it cuts you deep. It cuts you real deep. You've got Ben Mee, who to me will still always be Mr. Burnley, since obviously Michael Duff went a few years back. And I'm surprised he didn't stay on. I think we should have offered him a 2-year deal. The only reason he didn't stay is because we offered him a 1 year with an option for us to extend a year, and he wanted just 2 years straight up. We were too stubborn, so we bit ourselves in the backside with that one. And then, as I say, good luck to Brentford. I hope he does well there. It's weird seeing him in red and white, which is very strange. But yeah, Tarkowski, again, a player that we knew we were going to lose. We knew he was gone. His contract was ending. He'd been touted around with different clubs for 3 or 4 different windows. So I am looking forward to seeing what the new incomings can do, which obviously, as you say, we'll speak about soon. But yeah, just defensively, there's been too much. I don't know. This season's going to be one of those where we'll either find out it's too much change too soon, or that it was the right thing to do. But
Yeah,
losing that key core. That if you said, "Have you watched Burnley this season?" They're like the three players you'd have mentioned off the bat. You know, Pope, Tarkowski, me. They're the three people you mention, apart from obviously Cornet going forward or people telling you dislike Ashley Barnes because he scores against everyone. But yeah, it's sad, but we understand that that's the pressures of relegation. You lose your big players, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, hello, Mike. I hope you're well. Thank you for coming by. Yeah, like I say, thank you. So yeah, welcome into the chat there. Yeah, like I say, Matt, you just keep saying, I really feel, like the video, guys. If you do like the video, it does help with the algorithm and to get the video noticed. So yeah, it does mean a lot. And obviously subscribe to my channel and obviously Dan's channel. We both, provide the best content that we can. And I think that Dan does a fantastic job. I think that I kind of, obviously, it's actually only been about 2 months, so obviously I kind of look at Dan and obviously where he's come from and things like that. So I want to kind of follow in his footsteps, if you could say so.
But what he's saying is, he's looked at me and thought, look at this poor boy who's come from the slums of Burnley, and he's managed to get, he's doing all right on YouTube.
No, I mean, good evening, Chris. Great to see 2 Premier League clubs going head to head.
You can always count on Chris to come in with something like that, can't you? Only you that can get away with it as well, Christopher.
Oh dear, Chris Matthews laughing as well. Well done, the 100, Ryan. Thank you very much, Chris. I really appreciate that. Yeah, it's great to get to that 100. I think it's always difficult to get to that first 100, and then obviously you've got that base to carry yourself forward as well. So yeah, it's great to get to that milestone. And obviously Matt with the arrows, yeah, agreeing with that. But yeah, I mean, all right, trains apparently have gone on strike again, so they have to stay overnight at Paddington.
Hey, not wrong with that, Mark. Not wrong with that. At least he'll make you a marmalade sandwich. Oh, you mean the train station? I get it. I get it.
Yeah, the train strike.
Yeah.
So the EPL equivalent of this is Forest versus Bournemouth, I guess. Oh, why do you have to mention Forest in this stream? Please don't.
Player stealing, referee loving, paying off. I'll stop.
Yeah, I mean, I've said enough about this situation, so I'm not going to say anything. We obviously forgot to mention. Obviously, you kind of touched upon Neil anyway. Obviously, he left today, the latest player to leave.
Yeah.
It doesn't really seem like a big loss, though, from what I heard from the earlier. You're not really bothered about it, to be honest with you. And 20 million as well. Wow, that's a good deal for Burnley to take, for sure.
20 million for a guy who made 1 assist all last season. I mean, don't get me wrong. On his day, he's a wing wizard. He will run past people for fun. But whether that works at another club, we're yet to see. Yeah. As I say, again, like I've said with everybody else, I hope it works out for him. But he's still only young. He's still only young. We could be looking at somebody that could be playing for England in the future. I just wish players like Tarkowski, Michael Keane as well, when he used to be at Burnley as well, Dwight McNeil would have looked further than the end of their noses and gone, why am I going to Everton? This were a team that was languishing just the same as us last season. And I saw a tweet earlier that someone said, wouldn't surprise me if Burnley go up and Everton come down. So, as I say, it's up to them. If they want to swap Turf Moor for Bramley Moor, feel free. But it is what it is. Dwight McNeil, good on his day sometimes, but it's not consistent enough.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Chris says, I'm only joking. I have a soft spot for both of you. The swamp at the bottom of the garden
is the soft spot. That's the soft spot. The swamp at the bottom of his garden. That non-existent garden.
Right, I'm a bit slow sometimes, Chris. You know that. So yeah, you got me there. Laughing emojis. Thank you, Matthew. I'm here all week. Oh, we do have some good laughs in these chats with you. So let's talk about incomings then, because obviously there has been a lot of movement in the incomings as well. I mean, are you happy with kind of the signs that's coming? And also, I kind of just want to, if you could just kind of tell us a bit more about the business you've done so far as well, because obviously for people that don't know, it'd be good to kind of let us know where you're at this stage with signings. Yeah.
Yeah, so we brought in 9 new players, and we definitely need at least another 5 or 6.
Yeah.
We've signed. Let me try and remember off the top of my head. Scott Twine for 4 million from MK Dons. CJ Egan Riley on a free from Manchester City. Taylor Harwood Bellis on loan from Manchester City. Aaron Murich, the goalkeeper, for 3 million from Manchester City. Luke McNally from Oxford United as well, who was alongside Scott Twine in the EFL League One Team of the Season. Then we've got Samuel Bastian, who joined us, Josh Cullen. Who am I missing? We've signed Vitinho, our first Brazilian today, this morning. He was confirmed. And there's another player that I've missed out on. Flip McNally.
Have you mentioned Matson from Chelsea, apparently on loan?
That's the one.
Yeah.
That is the one. Ian Matson on loan from Chelsea, yeah. So obviously, yeah, he had a good spell at Coventry last season. So looking forward to seeing how he fares. And obviously it gives Charlie Taylor some competition at left back, because we had no other option at left back other than Charlie Taylor. So good bits of business so far. As I say, I never thought I'd see a Brazilian at Burnley, not unless they were a gust of wind anyway. That's the closest I've probably seen. But yeah, it's interesting times. I just hope it's not too much too soon, as I say, and we're gonna. They need integrating. They are only young. You know, half of these players are 25, and well, I don't think there's a player that we've brought in that's over 25. So there's still legs in all these players, and I'm looking forward to see how they fit into the model that company wants us to play.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that for me, Scott Twine's one that really impressed me. I think he's a brilliant player. I think he'll suit you. I think he'll come in and really stake a claim. I think he's very good. You know, he scores a lot of goals. I think he will do well for you, in my opinion. Let me just catch up the comment. That's like one of the family. The top. That is just not needed.
Oh, woof.
Yeah, 20 million for an inconsistent whinging.
Exactly, Mike. Exactly.
Hello, Mike. Yeah, hello. Yeah, we'll just think Burnley are back in the race for Callum O'Hare. From what I've been, yeah, that would be a great sign, by the way, because O'Hare is a very good player.
But that just means we're going to get salty Coventry fans all over Twitter, and I can't be bothered with them. They're already mad at me for predicting them to get pretty much nearly relegated on my predictions. So I think I've already peed enough Coventry fans off without having to say we're nicking your best player.
Oh dear. Going for a 5-5 for this game, as I am the second choice co-presenter for Dan to watch along. I'm going. Oh, Chris, you do make me laugh.
I don't even think for the graphics that I've put for the scores, I've gone up to 5-5.
Oh dear. You bet, Chris. When were the last time Burnley even made so many signings prior to this transfer window? The thing is, one comes in, one goes out. Yeah, I mean, you've probably been the busiest you've ever been in quite a while, I think you've done, in terms of transfers.
Yeah, it's not just me that's been busy. It's been obviously all go at the club as well. So, you know, signings galore. And, you know, as much as this player's going as well, like Kate said there, you know, prior to this window, the last few windows, we've literally probably panicked at the last minute and signed some random 36-year-old Stoke City reject or something. So it's good to see us be active, players that are keen, young, hungry, and could potentially fit into the new philosophy at the club. So I'm excited, but it's, as I say, it's just they need to start being able to read each other's game, see where it goes,
Yeah,
see what happens.
yeah, absolutely. Chris says, "What is this signing a player?" Someone explain what it means. Oh, who are you? I know who are you. Obviously, not no players signed for Leicester City at the
There's
moment. I
even
mean,
more players gone out from Leicester because since the women's football, I've been keeping an eye on like Burnley women's as well.
yeah.
Like, and obviously they brought back Leah Embley, who went and played for Blackburn and went on to play for some other local teams. But she's come back. She's Burnley through and through, and we've signed two youngsters from Leicester's women's team as well.
Oh,
So
all right. Yeah, yeah.
but then yet again, we've also stolen Leicester's ex-manager as well, Jonathan Morgan, from the women's side. So Chris could probably say that we've got a Leicester B team in terms of the women's.
Yeah, absolutely. Who were the first person for the watch along, Chris? All right, asking Chris. So my train to Sutton Saturday morning is 7 a.m. 7-hour journey, then stay overnight planning for a 6 a.m. train. Oh my goodness, the dedication, Mike. I applaud you. Brilliant support. I mean, wow, that is a horrific journey. 7 hours.
Just get an hotel.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Just get an hotel. Don't be keeping in Paddington. Jesus.
Yeah, just get a hotel, Matt. You can get it somewhere cheaper. At least it's somewhere, But yeah, wow, that is dedication for you. Fair play to
That
you,
is dedication. Fair play to you, Mike.
Hope you've done your research, Daniel, for the upcoming prediction show tonight.
Yeah, I have. It's been I've been so busy with all this fountain of knowledge that I have took in. It's all up here, all up here. I swear I've done my homework.
Just call me standing, Chris. You're going down tonight, Kate. Chris. But I mean,
well, that's only because Kate won the predictions last year for the Premier League. She knew not about the football, but she managed to get most of the predictions right, and we were all like, "What? Like, where's this come from?" And me and Chris were just looking at each other like, "Nah. I finished bottom, and it was my flaming prediction show. That's how awful I am." Chris finished second, and as I say, Kate finished first, which she's sceptical because she doesn't know the Championship, but she didn't know the Premier League, and she nailed it. So we will see. We will see.
I mean, yeah. He's like, yeah. Okay. Might not know new Petter. Don't wind him up. His skin, bless him, so he can't get a hold. I mean, you can't be staying in that station. You're going to have to get somewhere.
You'll start going delirious and start trying to bash into the walls at 9 3/4 or something. I know that's King's Cross, but, once you go delirious, you don't care where you're at.
Oh, dear. Yeah, scorekeeper win nothing. I mean, I just can't. I just find it. Oh man. So yeah, I mean, there is. Let's get into the nitty gritty now because there is a game. Obviously, we've talked about lots of things. Obviously, what's happened in the summer and obviously last season. Now it's time to talk about the game tomorrow night. I mean, this game, like I said. These nerves are kicking in a bit more now. It's getting closer, and I'm feeling a bit. But I'm very excited as well. So there are a bit of. Like I said in the stream yesterday, I think that the Championship is one of the most competitive leagues in the world, in my opinion. Like I said, any team can beat anyone on their day, regardless of the league position. The league is brutal, like I say, and it's relentless, and even more relentless because that stupid World Cup happening. Halfway through a season that shouldn't even be in that place anyway. But anyway, breathe. I don't know.
What? You're saying everything that I want to say about it, so don't worry. I feel your pain.
Yeah, and I will be boycotting the World Cup, everybody. So don't expect to have any content on my channel about the World Cup. Just putting it out there.
Feel free to come on my channel where there will be content, just in case. Just in case. Although, yet again, I mean. The situation itself with that is just something else, isn't it? The World Cup.
Yeah, I mean that's for another day. I could talk about it for a full episode, to be honest with you, Dan. But I'm not going to give it airtime because I just think it's ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, let's talk about how kind of obviously we know it's a challenging league, but how kind of excited are you now for this challenge? In the new season, the Championship is a really hard league, and it's a challenge, and I think that it's always a good challenge because you want to kind of test yourself against these teams in the Championship, because I think the quality has got a lot better in the Championship over the years as well. But yeah, how kind of excited are you for this new challenge in this league?
No VAR. Okay, we're in the Championship, swings and roundabouts, but I'm like a kid at Christmas at the minute. I'm happy. I'm so excited and looking forward to tomorrow. But I will tell you one thing now: as the countdown to kickoff closes in as of tomorrow, I am going to be on pins. I'm going to be very nervous. That excitement can soon turn to anxiety. Can soon turn to just emotional build-up sort of thing. It's just football is back. The teams that we love and support are back, and we're playing for points. This isn't no pre-season, hoodoo. This is the business. This is what we're here to enjoy. So I'm excited for it, looking forward to it, and for me, the perfect time to play you guys, because you're an unknown quantity, so are we, and the fact that we've got you and Luton and Watford, in our first 3 games, it makes it extremely interesting to play those early doors. So
yeah,
I'm looking forward to it. Last time we were in the Championship 6 years ago, or 7 years now, we went 23 games unbeaten and got promoted. So if we win, I'm counting that as 24.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, it is one of those. But yeah, well said there. Mike, say you won't boycott. It's the first time we are there in 64. Yeah, yeah, of course. I mean, get used to it. You might not be in the next one, Mike. So
Go on, Ryan. Stick it to him. Stick it to him.
The World Cup is totally unfair to Championship teams, Chris says. I mean, what do you think on that? I think it is as well. I think it just disrupts the whole season again. And the amount of game, it's already busy in the Championship, the amount of games you have to play. But again, now because the World Cup's happening halfway through the season, the amount of games is even more worse this time, the start of the season.
Yeah, it is. We, our season curtails pretty much at the same time as the Premier League, for when the World Cup starts. But we're back kicking a ball again, by the quarterfinals. So while the Premier League are still sat there with their feet up, enjoying themselves, we're sort of back to business. And it's not right because, League One, League Two, okay, no disrespect to those leagues or divisions, but, having an international in that business end of the tournament, in the Championship, we do have players that could potentially still be in there from Championship teams. So then that weakens the Championship sides. I think it's unfair. I totally agree with Chris, and obviously I think you're the same.
Yeah,
same thing.
Yes. I just don't get it. I just don't understand the morals of this decision to have the World Cup halfway through the season and to have it in a place like that. But I've got to be careful what I say. Yeah, you're nervous. Tom's nervous for tomorrow. Don't be that, Mike. I'm only joking. You know that. And he's joking as well, of course. Yeah.
What's that?
All bad.
What's that?
I think the time scale for World Cup in winter is unfair to the Premier League champs team wise. Definitely. So there, Matthew. We echo their thoughts for sure. I mean, let's talk about the lineups. I mean, I did a very detailed lineup yesterday on your channel, but I don't expect you to be like that. But kind of talk me through kind of what formation you'd like to see from yourselves and what kind of personnel you'd like to see in the side starting tomorrow night.
It's going to be interesting. This is the first competitive game. We do not know what Company is thinking, what his mindset is. Is it all out attack? Just go out, win, win, win. As put the ball in the back of the net, goals galore. We don't know. The way he's been setting up in pre-season, it's sort of been so different to what we've had from Burnley. As I say, we've been used to that 4-4-2, and now we're going to a 4-2-2-2. So
Ooh.
so it's sort of you've got your four defenders, but you've sort of your wingers are playing sort of like wing back positions. Then you've got two CDMs, two cams that can also sort of separate to play out wide, and your two strikers, and potentially it could be one behind the other. Don't know. I don't know how his plan's set up, but we've gone from playing hoofball or basketball or anti-football as people have called it, Brexit ball. I think we've had a few names for how we've played, and then we've gone from that to playing the ball out from the back, possession, one-touch football. I really couldn't tell you what this starting 11 is going to be. I mean, as I said to you yesterday, if I was in charge, I think it would be. I think Muric will make the cut in goal.
Yeah.
I think right back will be Connor Roberts. Centre back will be CJ Egan Riley and Taylor Harwood Bellis, with Charlie Taylor on the left. Then in the CDM roles, I'm going to go for Jack Cork and Josh Cullen. The two attacking, Cornet is not fit, so Cornet will not be playing. So good news for you guys. So I think we'll probably see Samuel Bastian and Josh Brownhill.
Yeah.
And then up front, I think we'll go. Do we play Barnes? Sorry, it's my team. I'm going to go Twan and Rodriguez up top.
Nice, yeah, and to be honest with you, that line you kind of took us through there is a very strong lineup. To be honest with you, that Man City connection as well. Obviously, I forgot to mention earlier. Obviously, with the players coming in from City, I mean, very good to have that link because obviously City do, players that don't get a chance, but doesn't mean they're not good enough. Of course, they just don't. They just can't get in a look in these youngsters. That's it because they just spend money like no tomorrow, like we know. But yeah. Oh, your League Two video is at 666 views. Someone watch it immediately. Well, that's it. Right, you've probably gone, Chris. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. And like I said, thank you. Thanks for dropping in, Chris. Yeah, thank you for saying that, Matthew, before he dropped out. I hate that number, Matthew. Oh yeah, your lineup, which I forgot to mention, Tom. Sorry about that. You did actually say earlier on, and I actually forgotten because we've covered so much stuff. Nichols, Turton, Edmonds, Greenlees, Ben Jackson. Yeah, Ben Jackson knocking on the door. I wouldn't argue with that. Russell, Hogg, Sorba Thomas, Danny Grant. Another Grant's knocking on the door as well, so good shout. And Ward, obviously. My lineup is quite different to that one, but it is one of those. We're all. I wouldn't be complaining with that lineup. Right, I'm going. No worries. Right, thank you for coming in, Matthew. As always.
Take it easy, Matthew.
And yeah, enjoy whatever you're having for your tea, whatever. And yeah, like I said, thank you for your support. You know how much it means to me. Your prediction is 2-1 Terriers. Sorba Thomas 2. That would be lovely. And Twine as well to get a goal. Twine used to play for us and Sorba as well. Oh yeah. You are totally biased, of course.
That explains it all, doesn't it?
I didn't know Twine was Welsh, actually, but yeah, fair enough.
No, Twine's not Welsh. Twine's English, but Sorba's Welsh.
Oh, yes, he is, yeah. Sorry, I thought he meant for both. But yeah, it is one of those. I would take that scoreline for sure.
Of course you would.
I'm sticking to my predictions from last night, Ryan. Yeah, no problem, Matthew. I remember your prediction, and yeah, I think it will be more of an exciting game than you think. So hopefully, I don't think it will be 0-0. I think there will be goals. But yeah, I don't know why I'm doing that. But yeah, I mean, can you see you starting off? I don't want to give you obviously you're doing your prediction show later, so I don't want to kind of. But I mean, can you see yourself winning this game, or do you see it as a draw? I mean, yeah, I just want to get your thoughts on what you think the kind of outcome of this game would be.
I think it's going to be very end to end.
Yeah.
As I say, it's the first game, so there is going to be sort of, where we there's going to be some rustiness from both sides because it's the first game. It's not going to be all full pelt, everyone's sliding in everywhere, dying for the cause. It's the first game. No one's going to want to take a knock after the first bout of 90 minutes of the Championship. So I'm going to say I can see us scoring. I can also see you scoring.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a prediction, actually.
Right, okay, fair enough, yeah.
I don't see anybody winning. I'm going to say it's going to be end-to-end, and I'm going to go for a great start to the Championship season. I'm going to go for a 2-2. A good old Desmond.
But you're sitting on the fence, Dan. I don't like me people that sit on the fence with a draw. But yeah, I get your point.
No, I just think that's how it's going to be because I just don't think that it's going to be a case of. I can just see it now that Burnley are 2-1 up into the dying minutes, and Dwayne Holmes gets his second, but he doesn't score an hat-trick, so then I don't have to get his name tattooed, so it's all right.
Oh, oh my goodness, I know. Oh, but yeah, like I say, my prediction, I think we're going to win tomorrow. I do. I think it's a good time to play yourselves. You're still in transition. You could say we're still in transition, but I think that you've all obviously had the bigger overhaul than us, obviously being relegated. So I just think it's a good time to play you because I think you'll get stronger as the season progresses. So yeah, my prediction is 2-0 if anybody doesn't know. Big up to yourself, by the way. Thank you for coming in. I really appreciate you being here. Yeah, like I say. But yeah, I think we are done. We are finished. I mean, it'll certainly be an intriguing match. I'm very looking forward to, like I said earlier, two teams that I think will be in the top two, like I said earlier as well. And I hope that both of them get promoted because I do like Burnley. I'm not just saying it because you're here, Dan, but I just think, we're very similar the way we operate. We're very, we're very much written off all the time kind of thing. Obviously, you're written off in the Premier League at times. And yeah, I think all eyes will be on Vincent Kompany though on tomorrow night though, because I think about like Danny Schofield is going under the radar because of the profile Vincent Kompany is and everything that comes with him. I think there'll be a lot of focus on him tomorrow, so interesting to see what happens. Is that the Huddersfield? No, it isn't, Mike. It is the brand new. I'm going to just take this banner off so you can see it very nicely because it is the most beautiful shirt I've ever seen in my life. But no, Mike, this is the brand new top we're wearing for the new season. It is a thing of beauty. And I'm not just saying it, guys. It is the best shirt that we've ever had. Home shirt, in my opinion.
Take a good look at that shirt, people in the chat. Take a good look at that shirt. You're only going to see the back of it when you see these players going like this, tomorrow night. When you're going to get the best view of Lee Nichols' arse picking the ball out the back of the net numerous times tomorrow. So don't worry about it.
No, less of that. But yeah, like I say, everybody, thank you for coming. Thank you, Dan, for coming by and taking your time up in your very, very hectic, busy schedule at the moment. But yeah, it's been great to have you on. But yeah, if you want to kind of tell people where they can find you, please feel free to do so.
No, thanks for having me. I've enjoyed it. As I say, it's banter as Spartan, so the friendship is still there, no matter what the scoreline and no matter who gets promoted, relegated, or what. So thank you for having me. And yeah, if you can't make the game, head over to my channel, Turf Morehouse TV. I'll be doing a live watch along for the game, and I will be obviously trying my best to keep calm as it's live. But the kickoff's at 8:00, so for me it's after the YouTube watershed, and I'll just enjoy it. Let's just enjoy the game and hope that everyone comes out of it all okay and Burnley win. And yeah, it's just got a good game. Good game. That's all I want. So, but yeah, Turf Morehouse TV for a live watch on tomorrow. Whether you're Huddersfield or Burnley, we'll have a laugh.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always a laugh on your channel, mate. And like I say, I'll be sure to watch that back to see your reactions throughout the game when I get back home tomorrow night. But yeah, please subscribe to Dan. Like I say, he does fantastic. Really, he does. Great content. He's a good laugh, and yeah, I always enjoy watching his streams when I'm not involved, of course, because it seems to be a regular thing of me being on your channel lately. But yeah, please go and subscribe to him. And like I say, if you do like what you hear, obviously, please like the video. It does help with the algorithm. Subscribe to me as well if you wish. We are on the road to 200 now. That feels amazing to actually say now, by the way, because it feels more like I'm getting big. I'm not really. I'm just in my head. I'm getting bigger, but I'm not. But yeah, like I say, if you do want to, please, it would mean a lot to me. And by the way, I can't get enough of the intro you made, Dan. Like I say, the more I watch it, the more I fall in love, if that's possible. So yeah, I love the intro.
It's all right, anytime.
But yeah, like I say, we are all set for tomorrow night's game at the John Smiths, 8 o'clock kickoff. Huddersfield Town taking on Burnley. May the best team win, and yeah, we'll be sure to do a review show on Saturday as well. So tune in for that. There'll be a vlog as well, and you'll be delighted to hear there'll be a vlog. Yes. I'm looking to get.
So you can also watch Ryan's disappointment over on the channel as well. Come 90 minutes.
Yeah. Of course. There will be a
Get set for ranting Ryan after the first game of the season. Love it.
I am very football. You don't understand. I'm like a different person in football. But yeah, there will be fan cams as well before and after the game potentially as well. So it'd be good to hear some Town fans' thoughts. Maybe I might get a Burnley fan, and if they want to speak to me, I don't know if they will, but they may do.
Why not? Hey, we're nice up here. We'll talk to anyone. We'll talk to anyone up here. We're not like those cockneys and stuff, or all that literally just barge past you in the street and go, "Well, you're in my way, mate." And it's like, no, we're not in your way. It's like, come on, dude, I just want to say hello to you. That's it. I'm just being nice. But yeah, we're all right. We'll talk to you.
Oh, brilliant!
Especially if we win.
It's the new one. Matt says blue shirts. Blue shirts are not disgusting. Blue is the colour, and I'm not a Chelsea fan now.
No, I was going to say it's a lot better when it's mixed with claret.
But yeah, as always, like I say, yeah, thank you, Dan, for coming on. Thank you, everybody in the chat. It's been great. I've loved this stream. It's been great to speak to everybody, and obviously speak to you, Dan, as always. But yeah, bring on the game tomorrow. I'm absolutely buzzing. Like I say, I probably repeat myself about 1 million times, but it is what it is. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll be back tomorrow night for a vlog, not a live stream, but a vlog. So make sure your eyes are peeled for that, because it's going to be a good one. Take care, everybody.
Oh, it is.
It is when we beat you 2-0, but yeah, it is. It is, but yeah. Until next time, guys, I shall see you on the next one. Goodbye.